everybody. Three into possible. We got the full crew back. What up, Joe?
Finally. It's been a minute, right?
Man,
Been a minute.
that boy from back from Daddy Daycare.
Yes. You funny. Y'all funny. I got jokes, huh? That's
Today. We actually got some news to talk about, fellas.
Yeah, finally.
What a day.
about time.
Man, it's been a long month or so. You know, we got all excited when KD requested the trade. Like, oh shit, this summer's about to be.
Here we go.
And then it just never happened. But we got a little movement today. We had a trade last week that directly affects y'all's team. So you know we got to get into it. But let's start with the big one that happened today. Donovan Mitchell traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, the rookie from Kansas. Sure, I don't think they actually say his name, but we'll roll with it. Abaji. 3 first-round picks and 2 swaps. So that's quite a bit for Donovan Mitchell. I am very interested to see your guys' reaction to this trade because I feel like my reaction might be different. Obviously, the Heat were one of the teams that were supposedly in on Donovan Mitchell. We're going to do a little thing where we got to go by Utah. How disappointed or happy should they be? Obviously, the Cavaliers, how disappointed, how happy they should be. The Knicks, the other team that was rumored to be in on it, and then the Heat. So I want to get y'all guys' takes on all those teams that were supposedly going to be involved. Devion, I want just first your overall reaction to the trade. Do you like what Utah got in return? Let's just start with those two teams. Who do you think won, quote unquote, won the trade?
Utah. They got way more pieces than Donovan Mitchell was a good player, but
26 points a game last year on fairly efficient shooting. He's only 25. I mean, these are all things. I'm just throwing out context there, but so you're saying you think Utah wins?
Yeah, bro, because the Cavs gonna go. He gonna go to the Cavs and do what? Like, who do they have to actually? They didn't fill out their roster. They just got a person.
Okay. I think that's a good. Let's give context with the rest of the roster. So they got Donovan Mitchell, 25. Still got Darius Garland, who I think is 21, 22. Jared Allen, who's around 22, 23, and then Evan Mobley, who was, in my opinion, should have been Rookie of the Year last year, if not runner-up to Scotty Barnes. I mean, that's 4 really good, really young pieces right there. So I mean, to me, it's a pretty filled out roster. And Isaac Okoro. So
yeah, but how many games is they gonna win, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good, like talent. Don't get me wrong, but it's not enough to win.
Before they still have Rubio. Before Rubio got hurt last year, they were sitting 4th in the East. I mean, they were right up there. Still got Kevin Love. Like, they were right up there with all the teams last year.
So were the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, they also kind of got hit with the injury bug too.
They gonna start off. They gonna start off like, you know what I'm saying, with the players and stuff like that. It's gonna be like a fresh start. You know, they gonna go out there killing 3-4 months. February come around, it's gonna go down. Just like I think the Utah.
Oh, and Big Mike came with a comment.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Karis LeVert. Can't forget about him. That's a really good player.
Yeah. All right. I forgot about him. I'll give you that.
Although I think I heard
like
he may be on the out. But,
so look, I'll put this. Look, I'll do like this. The Cavs, you got a decent roster. They got good individual players, but I just want to see a nice big man who can actually move and, you know.
What do you mean, Evan Mobley?
Man, I want to see more.
Man.
Yeah, come on.
Evan Mobley is like 7'3". What the fuck?
No, he's not. Evan Mobley's not 7'3". He's like 6'9".
He's 6'11". Whatever. He's big as fuck.
Yeah, he ain't that big.
Is not.
That's as big as it gets in the NBA these days. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that is. I give technically that's like
6'9".
Yeah, that's a 7'5" center in today's league. I give you that. That's a big center. But I want to see a little bit more
around there that can move like Evan Mobley can move. Evan Mobley can get switched onto a guard and be just fine. And they got Jared Allen.
Maybe I just gotta see it
with the throw.
Yeah, maybe
Might
I
as well.
just gotta see it first for it to
All
do
right,
it.
Joe.
Crazy.
I want your opinion. Utah or
Yeah.
Cleveland? Who won the trade? Who won the trade?
Man, I mean, I'm gonna have to give it to Utah. They got all them draft picks. I mean, you see all the draft picks that if you look at the roster and all the pieces they got for Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, they obviously tanking, but they at least got some pieces.
They got 15 picks in the next.
At least
7
they got
years.
some pieces.
Yeah, bro.
But to me, when I look at Cleveland, they were at a 6 seed. To me, still, I think like Darius Garland. I think like his ceiling, he's close to reaching his ceiling already. I think he a really good young talent, but I don't know how much potential he really has.
I don't think that's.
Donovan Mitchell is good, but I mean he's a volume shooter with bad shot selection. I don't know how much that's going to change.
Who?
Donovan Mitchell. Like
Donovan
I said.
Mitchell.
I just didn't hear.
That's a better Sexton. I give him that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
26 and 45% shooting, 36% from three.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty good efficiency for a guard. Like that's pretty good efficiency.
Garland to feed off better from Spider than he would with
absolutely.
Because one is a little bit more seasoned. You know what I'm saying? But I think Utah could just trade a bunch of. They could just trade a bunch of shit away though. Like they just got a bunch of players you could just get rid of and go get somebody decent. But who wants to play Utah? That's the only problem. But they got a lot of pieces you can trade. You know what I'm saying? And then if Cavaliers trade anybody else and just keep Spider, they fucked. Or if they trade Spider, it's just like you know what I'm saying? You don't got much. They go do decent, don't get me wrong, and they probably gonna make the playoff. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me wrong, they probably
make the playoff.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like past the first round, it's gonna be like unless they up.
Well, yeah, I mean the East is tough.
You know
like the East is tough. I mean, like there's legit good teams all over the East right now.
And the East tough, bro. That's what I'm saying.
You got Boston who got better off their finals run. You got the Bucks are still there. The Nets are gonna run it back. The Heat were a game away from the finals. They're pretty much running it back. I mean, like the Raptors,
Bulls still
whatever,
decent,
76ers. Like, I mean, there's a lot of really good teams and a lot of good players in the East.
Yeah.
But I can't believe y'all are doing this. Y'all sound like some of these Twitter nerds. Bro, the Cavs won the trade. What the fuck is Utah gonna do? What is Utah gonna do with the 21st pick of the NBA draft? What the fuck are they gonna find out there? What are they gonna do with that? That's not gonna do
trade them picks.
They trade them, bro. They not keeping.
First of all, I'm not going. Danny Ainge know what he's doing. I mean, he like to hold on to picks, so he may hold on to these. But I mean, we know he can.
Danny Ainge is fine.
We know he can build a team
overall. All right, Danny
knows
Ainge
he
is
can build a team.
He's fine when he drafts third overall. All right, I haven't seen him hit on too many from that part of the draft. He's finding some good role players out there, but you just got rid of your 2 All-Stars, so you got to find a star now. Like, unless Utah, I mean, I guess Utah's own pick will be good, but
it's Utah. I mean, they know what their ceiling is. They know, like, hey, we missed our window. We gotta go back to
Utah knows that they've been to a finals before, so Utah's got a standard. Like that,
bro. Get out of here! Do not do that. Really, they got a standard because of John Stockton.
No, I mean
Utah.
Utah,
No damn standard.
Yeah,
bro. Come on, bro.
Come on, bro. Utah. Like even when we was growing up as kids and stuff, Utah still was decent. They just,
They was Utah.
They've been sucking the last couple years, but they was Darren Williams.
Oh, they were just the 1 seed 2 years ago.
Yeah, bro, they had good runs. It's just I got more faith in their front office and trading these picks away than I do with Cavs, bro. That's it. Like the Cavs, don't get me wrong, if it's just their front office is just weird, bro, because they get the talent. I just don't think they can, unless they start trading some people away and surprise us. You know what I'm saying? Like the Cavs fans gonna be so happy this happened, and then the front office is gonna fuck.
You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen, right? They're gonna start off the season like 15-3, and then they're gonna say, and then the Lakers are gonna be 5-15, and they're gonna be like, LeBron's coming back. LeBron's coming back. You already know that noise coming.
Yeah, and just go down from there. That's
let me ask you this way: do you think Abaji is gonna be Donovan Mitchell in his career, his NBA career?
No.
Colin Sexton, do you think he's going to be Donovan Mitchell in his NBA career?
No, I don't think none of them will.
No. Lauri Markkanen, do you think he's going to be Donovan Mitchell in his career?
But what is that going to do when you're in a bad organization that ain't going to go far?
But those are good. Those are good, solid pieces, yo.
They're solid role players if you're building around some stars, but you just got rid of your stars. So you got to,
I don't think you can win. You can't win a championship with Donovan Mitchell as your number one star. You can't win a championship. Though.
Absolutely, 1,000%
so that's why they lost.
agree.
So if you're Utah, your window is closed. You got to get something. Your window closed.
Yeah.
You know,
Utah's just trying to fill spots. At least you know.
Bro, but to what you were saying, Joe,
Mike Conley didn't work. Mike Conley didn't work either, so they knew they were screwed.
Joe,
Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert.
This is my counter to what you're saying, Joe. You already know what you just got from Rudy Gobert, right? Like we saw, Rudy Gobert was getting played off the court in the playoffs. Good, get rid of him. If you're talking about packaging up picks for another star, it'd be a lot easier to convince a star to go to Utah if you got 25-year-old Donovan Mitchell there.
Oh, I don't think they're trying to recruit a star. I think they're going to try to tank, or they're going to trade their draft picks to try to move up in the draft and get somebody.
But that's my point. Like, but then you're playing this game where you got to somehow find somebody that's going to be better than Donovan Mitchell. Like, I don't think Donovan Mitchell is like this end-all be-all superstar. But he is also. It's very hard to find somebody better than him in any given draft.
But here's the thing about it.
This year.
OKC may trade you something. They love to trade their pieces.
Yeah. You don't got, you know what I'm saying? You don't got Donovan Mitchell, but I'll take my chances. And I know this might seem wild to say something like this, but I'm going to say it. You still got, even though Mike Conley's old, I'll take my chances on him controlling the field, literally sending a bunch of them players off. It's not. I'm not saying he's gonna be like
you
Spider,
think
bro.
Mike Conley is going to be a Jazz at the start of a Jazz player.
No chance.
I got a bridge to sell you.
Hey, bro. Until he leaves,
Mike Conley, Bogdanovic,
man,
those aren't Jazz players anymore, bro. Count their fucking days.
Until he leaves, all it's gonna be is the Cavs, not the Cavs, but the Utah. It's gonna be they gonna be out there showcasing their players because they really not gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be showcasing players to go trade. That's it. Because at this point, it ain't like you got. You really don't got a Donovan Mitchell who go out there and get.
Let's move on to the teams that missed out on Donovan Mitchell.
At least he's not a Knick.
So let's talk about the Knicks first. So the Knicks did all that kind of adjusting, and they made all these random trades, get all these picks to try and package up for one of these superstars that was going to be disgruntled and leave. They're not going to get any. They're stuck with her, and I love this term. This is what I'm going with the Knicks for the rest of the year. The mid three in New York with Brunson, Randall, and RJ Barrett. So how do y'all think about the Knicks? Like how like, oh man, I feel bad for Knicks.
There's so many things. Well, why? I mean, come on. First of all, are we really going? So you gonna try to get the star player for the Knicks? They was trying to make it Donovan Mitchell, while Thibodeau is still the head coach of the New York Knicks. Donovan Mitchell who don't play no lick of defense.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good match.
They traded for Cam Reddish before the trade deadline last year and barely played his ass because he didn't play no defense. You really think Thibodeau
the
and
crazy
Donovan
thing
Mitchell
is,
are going to get
Cam
along?
at least can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
funny
in the first place, it just didn't make no sense. The only reason it made sense is because that's what Donovan Mitchell wanted. But what are you gonna give up? What can the Knicks give to the Utah Jazz that they would want?
Let me. Well, I mean, if you look at what the Cavs gave, you give up like a RJ Barrett probably would have been the best player between those two teams. You know what I'm saying? Like he's probably better than I would think I would take RJ Barrett over Sexton or Markkanen.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm not. Well, maybe because he's in a Knicks jersey. It's kind of hard to see how good players are.
He's 6'8", can score the ball, can pass the ball. He's a good defender. Like he can do a lot of things for your team. I don't know. Like I'm not a big Colin Sexton guy, but he's a fine player. But I think at the end of the day, he's more of like a six man, and he's just pulling.
That's a fact.
Let me ask it to you like this, Devion. Is this not that I don't think any of us thought the Knicks were gonna win a championship, but they all of a sudden got Donovan Mitchell. But like, does this pretty much sink any hope of them being any kind of relevant?
Yeah, bro, they haven't been relevant since they got that Carmelo Anthony. Now I'll tell you this: if they would have managed to get this trade off, they would have. I would have said the Knicks did the best moves in the offseason to even get any type of good player to go there. Like, I'm just being real, bro. Since Carmelo Anthony, like, the only reason why somebody wants to go to New York, I've lived there before. It is dope. So if you go lose, at least you got you got Sexton, you got nice restaurants, you got great clubs, you got beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? You can do anything in New York if you go lose, but I'd rather go, man. They got a better shot of winning in Utah than on the Cavs got a way better shot than what they do. Like the Cavs actually gonna make the playoffs.
Hold those comments.
The Knicks ain't, bro. The Knicks have literally.
We talking about the two worst owners in the.
But I'm just saying, you hear me, bro. But one actually gets something done, the other one sucks. The Knicks are going to be the 10th seed.
That's fair.
Yeah, honestly, to me, like this was the Knicks' shot at like
years.
At least having a shot at maybe being fringe, not in the play-in, like in the play-in, you know, like between that 7 and 6, like that was their shot at it. Yeah, like the Knicks, I felt like needed that extra like scoring punch, like because that's kind of like Brunson's nice scorer. But it just seems like too many times Randall and Barrett have nights where it just seems real hard for them to score. They could have used a guy like Donovan Mitchell, who's pretty good about getting to the free throw line, can shoot from deep, can shoot mid-range, drive the bat. Like, very complete offensive player. Put defensive players around him like they did in Utah. Like, the Knicks needed that one. Now let's go to the other team that missed out on Donovan Mitchell, my Heat. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say on the Heat missing out on Donovan Mitchell. Joe, I don't know where you're going to go with this one, so I'll start with you.
I mean, if I was in Miami Heat, I probably would have ended the conversation because they was going to ask for something ridiculous. If I'm the Utah Jazz and you want Donovan Mitchell and y'all so close and y'all think y'all so close, I'm going to ask for, I want Bam or I want Tyler Hero and some draft picks. I'm going high. Like, what are you gonna give me? I don't want Kyle Lowry. Like, what you really got besides? I don't want Duncan Robinson. Like, you gonna have to give me Tyler Hero, or you gonna have to give me Bam, and some draft picks. Oh, exactly. So if I was Miami, as soon as that happened, Miami probably hung up the phone. Like Pat Riley was probably like, nope, no, thank you. So
do you think this is? I mean, I just want to frame it in this context. The Heat were a Jimmy Butler 3 away from the finals.
Exactly.
Is this like, fuck, that was your opportunity to vault to the finals next year, or you think they're better off keeping all those people collectively and just moving forward, running it back minus PJ Tucker?
They better off starting their season off running the offense through Duncan Robinson and then trading him for a piece so they can make a run for a championship. That's what they need to do.
I agree.
Revive that trademark. Okay.
Exactly.
Devion?
Yeah, I'll take my chances. Like what y'all got now, because like I said, the players that y'all go want to give up for Donovan Mitchell, y'all might as well go for like a big time player. But what you have to give up like a KD or something. Like I'd rather give up the same pieces that you would have to give up for KD. You would have had to get it for Spider, and I'm not giving that up for Donovan Mitchell. I'm cool with Jimmy. I'm cool with what y'all did. You know, PJ Tucker probably hurt a little bit, but y'all do still got enough players where, you know, like Duncan Robinson, Hero, I'll probably end up trading him too, and y'all get some decent players for him, and everybody will be happy. So I'm cool with Miami missing out on this because, like, as a fan, like a Heat fan, I want to see him. He's a poor man's D-Wade. He's a poor man's D-Wade. I don't want to see that shit. I'm just being real. I want to see that shit.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm surprised. I thought Joe for sure was going to kill the Heat for not doing it because, you know, how much we suck, and even though we were the 1 seed. Yeah, no. To me, like Donovan Mitchell to me is like not that much better than Tyler Hero. Like he's better, like definitively better, but not not like it's like, oh, that's a huge addition to the Heat. Like, I just don't see it that way. Like, they both average over 20 a game on roughly the same shooting. Hero shoots it a little more efficiently, but probably because he doesn't have to take as many tough shots as Donovan Mitchell does. Like I don't know. Yeah, it just wasn't that much of a needle mover. And like you guys are saying, the assets that the Heat would have to give up, nah, save that for when Beal or Lillard or KD gets pissed off again. Like take your chances there. But all right, let's talk about KD, because apparently he's not. Oh, I'm sorry, not KD. We got to talk about your Lakers. Big trade last week.
Come on, bro.
Pat Bev to the Lakers. Let's go. Lakers are baby.
That was the dumbest trade in the offseason so far. Like, hands down, we are terrible now.
Patrick Beverley 3 months ago was on Get Up on ESPN and said, if I was on the Lakers, we would have went to the Western Conference Finals last year.
Speaking into existence, baby.
Boy.
Yo, and then why is there so many people out here trying to say Patrick Beverley is gonna keep Russell Westbrook in line? If LeBron James can't do it, you know damn well Patrick Beverley, who Westbrook don't even like, ain't gonna be able to do it. I can't wait to see Patrick Beverley try to get in Westbrook face. Like, you shitting me? Like, come on, man.
Westbrook is not.
Rob Pelinka gotta go. Somebody gotta get fired.
Bro.
Yeah, he's gone. If they don't trade him, they're gonna buy him out. He gotta go.
Yeah, facts. He's gone.
So both of you are not happy with this trade, is what I'm gathering from this conversation.
I would like Pat Bev.
It makes no sense.
If Westbrook wasn't there and we had some other player and we had so all right, put it like this. Before we got Westbrook, if we would have traded for Pat Beverley, I would have been cool with that roster.
Okay.
This roster, and then instead of getting Westbrook, getting some other players around him who can shoot and play defense, maybe some young.
And Pat Bev?
Yeah, Pat Bev could have been the leader and got them together. He'll be a great, off the bench player, like our second, our second string players. But eventually, him and Westbrook gonna be on the same thing. And that when we talk about
Darvin Ham just came out the other day and said he intends to play them together.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So we talk about Westbrook, and now you go put him on a player that's gonna piss him off, and this fool can't score, bro. Like, what the fuck is Pat Bev gonna be out there doing? Getting in people's head and nobody can score. Yeah. So we just gonna be throwing up bricks back and forth.
Are we really gonna sit here and act like Russell Westbrook can play defense like that still? Like, I'm tired of people acting like they're gonna be the best defensive backcourt. No, they're not. It's such a bad idea.
We got Pat Bev. This boy Anthony Davis ain't touched the basketball since college. LeBron don't look like he want to be there with these fools.
It's just like
that don't mean nothing. We know how this works. That's just. I'm surprised he signed it that fast. But when you making that much money,
me too.
Like, fuck it, you might as well go bad.
Can I go?
Yeah, please, because.
I actually liked it. I actually liked the trade. I actually liked it. In terms of who y'all gave up, Taylor Horton-Tucker, useless.
I don't understand why they like him so much. It's crazy.
Who was the other? Stanley Johnson. Whatever. And he had some nice moments last year. To bring in Pat Beverley, to me, I like it. And what I like about it is I think now I'm trying to read into like Darvin Ham and Pelinka kind of coming together and trying to build the team in a way that Darvin Ham is going to try and build the Lakers. And this tells me they are truly going to get back to trying to be a defensive team. They're going to try and be more like the bubble team that won, less like the teams that followed, where it was more offense and let's shoot as many threes as we can and do all that. I think they're going to get back to playing what I think is a smarter brand of basketball for the players that they have on that team. Let's not forget, y'all got very unlucky last year. Kendrick Nunn played 0 minutes. That's another guard that can space the floor, shoot the ball fairly well. And Pat Bev, like Pat Bev is a very just mediocre player. If he's in the corner, he's a fine shooter. Like he can space the floor. Like he's not somebody that you will disrespect, and he's gonna bring an edge that a team that's got a lot of older players kind of needs somebody that's always on that kind of time. Like Pat Bev, every single night is gonna play with that mentality of I'm in your face, I'm gonna piss you off. Like I think they need somebody like that, in my opinion. Obviously you wish he was a little more talented than Pat Bev, but they need somebody with that kind of mentality because Westbrook will give you that mentality offensively. Pat Bev will give it to you defensively. I don't think it's an issue to have him on the court. He's not a point guard that needs the ball in his hands. You know what I'm saying? So like, it doesn't hurt in that sense. They just got to find a way.
I don't know about that. I seen him try to do a little bit of hero ball with Minnesota in the playoffs. He started feeling himself.
Hey, he was kind of hooping though. He was kind of hooping though.
With a bunch of young players and a dude who can blaze the fucking ball at any given time. Like what you saying is absolutely right. I give it to you. It's just if put like if Ham figures out the way to fucking get this to work, he deserves coach of the year. I promise you, he does.
But
that's what I'm saying. That's part of why I like it. Part of it is because I feel like it's showing a little bit of what the Lakers' brand of basketball next year is going to be. And to me, like in my head, this means Anthony Davis
got to play at least 72 games.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hit your ass inside. Like we're not playing this pussy shit where you just want to shoot jump shots all day. Get your ass inside. Dwight's back, right? Like I think they're gonna play a physical brand of basketball. And look, I know LeBron's getting older, but that man's still a problem coming down the lane, and you trying to get in his way.
We're not worried about him. We're not worried about him.
He's trying so hard to hype this up when he knows it's a bad team.
No, don't get it twisted. I'm not picking.
It's the exact same team as last year.
I'm not picking y'all to come out the West. I'm saying from before trade to after trade, the Lakers got better, and that should be something that the Lakers fans are hopeful for.
What did you have I see before the trade? What did you have I see after the trade?
I had y'all borderline playing team. I have y'all probably 6th seed now.
Oh no. Oh yeah, you got way more hope than what we do. I hope you're right there. I hope you're right, bro. Like Pat Westbrook is. I don't care what they saying. If Westbrook plays good, that fool is gone. Like I would trade him, buy him out, and go get a whole bunch of pieces and a bunch of money. Because I don't know no player who wants to go and play with all that dysfunction with the Lakers, and then you put two players who don't really work well together. Just the personalities don't work well together. And you go on, you know what I'm saying? Like Pat Bev, LeBron, and AD, somebody will go there. But all three of them, like, it's to the point. Like, I love Westbrook. It's just like, damn, don't nobody want to play with him, which sucks, bro.
I don't think that's true. Like, I really don't think that's true. I don't think it's that they don't want to play with Westbrook. I think it's that they don't want to play on the Lakers. Like, I think that's something y'all just got to accept.
It's just
because remember, Brad Beal, when he played with Westbrook the 1 year in Washington, said best teammate he's ever had.
Yeah, you're right, because don't nobody want to play with LeBron.
And he was saying no disrespect to John Wall.
I ain't buying that, dog. I ain't buying that. What is he supposed to say?
I believe that. No, I believe that.
No, I believe. I mean, I think if Westbrook is on your team, I think as a teammate,
KD don't
I think
even say bad stuff about Westbrook.
So why do you think nobody's coming to our team? Do you think it's LeBron?
KD's a head case. If KD endorsed you, like I'd almost like take that as like a
insult. Yeah.
There's something wrong with me. Like
so when KD and Kyrie ball out, I'm just saying, don't be mad.
I mean, we're on year 4, bro. Like it
takes time. It takes time.
Well, I think you're right, bro. I think don't nobody want to. It's just don't nobody want to play with.
Well, look, bro. Like it's not like it's a long-term investment. LeBron keeps doing this shit. Like a 2-year extension with a player option. Like there's no guarantee. If LeBron James leaves that team, do you want to be stuck there?
Nope.
I wouldn't. That's part of the curse of LeBron James at this stage of his career, still being this fucking good. Like, yeah, I might sign a 1-year deal with you. Like, I'll ride this season out with you, but I'm not committed
the Lakers
to the
was dumb
Lakers.
The Lakers dumb. They did the same thing they did with Kobe though. Like, you cannot give LeBron that much money.
Yeah.
You cannot give him that contract. You can't. You just dealt this with Kobe. Yeah,
if Big Mike, if Big Mike, yeah, that is. But if that actually happens, oh my boy, I'll be happy about the Pat Bev trade then. I'd be so happy if Turner and Buddy came here.
And then the Pacers would buy out Westbrook.
I don't think
it ain't gonna happen. But I'll be so happy.
All right, let's move on to Brooklyn, Joe. You brought them up briefly. So, Devian, I can't remember if we talked about this. I think this broke after we did our last episode. But Durant is staying. It's going to happen. They're going to give it a shot. You know, I think we talked about this a couple times amidst all the rumors, and it was just kind of like the Nets kind of seemed to think similar to how I was like, let's just make this as hard as possible for him to fucking leave. and they got him to buy in, and he's going to at least give it a shot for 1 year, and I think that gives him a good shot at retaining him beyond 1 year. Joe, let's start with you. Do you think they have what do you think? Give me a scale of 1 to 10, your confidence that they can have a successful season, and I'll define successful season as conference championship. Getting to the conference finals.
8.5. I am
8.5.
Not worried whatsoever. If you tell me Kyrie gonna be able to play in a contract year at that, so you know he gonna ball. You got Ben Simmons coming back who can just play defense. I don't even need him to score points. And you got Kevin Durant. Please, bro. I'm not worried whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Ain't gonna be no controversy. They're gonna get in there, get it done. I'm not worried. The only real team I'm worried about in the East is the Bucks. I'm 100% confident in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. They finna ball out. And if they don't, then they gotta go. It really is championship or bust because Kyrie gone, and if Kyrie gone, KD gone. So it's do or die for them this year. The window is literally like an inch away from closing. So they gotta get it done this year, and I have 8.5 out of 10. That's where I'm at on confidence level that they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
All right, Devion, what's your confidence level at?
I ain't gonna go that high. I'm like a 7. 7.5. And it's what we talked about, like KD, his best negotiation tactic to tear the organization down, and then when it backfired, I'm like, all right, look like he's there. It's Kyrie, the biggest, like what Joe said, that's the best thing that can happen for the Nets. You got 2 players that really have to prove themselves. Like Kyrie has no choice. Like he gotta be like championship Kyrie. Because if
last big payday.
Yeah, who ain't nobody's gonna want to fuck with him if you doing all this shit off the court, on the court, and you not playing. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you. So this gonna be like the best year we probably seen him the last 3 years.
Can we talk about that real quick? Like I understand, and I have been one of the people like Kyrie, get the vaccine, like stop being like stubborn, blah 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 blah. I think we are fairly past like COVID being like that pandemic level, ultra high level. Like
still can't play in Canada.
Yeah.
Fair, but I'm just saying, like, do you really think that's going to be a conversation?
Yeah.
This time next year, like,
yeah,
really, because like if you take away the COVID shit, like, you're really only worried about Kyrie's injuries, and it's much less about him being just kind of a different thinker. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that part of the narrative, I feel like, is going to just kind of fade, and I don't think it's going to be as much of a dessert. That's how I kind of see it right now.
Like, that's what it should be, but the reality of it is,
I disagree that it should be, but go ahead.
I'm saying it should be to the point where people just judge him off his basketball only. But every fucking year, even before the COVID shit, they're going to find a way to criticize Kyrie because he's outspoken. And then it's all gonna come down to how many games he plays. So if he plays a good amount of games, cool. But if you talking that shit, you outspoken, and you not playing that much, they gonna be like, we don't want to deal with you. No matter how good you are, they ain't gonna want to deal with you. But if he plays,
okay, but this is my point. Like Kyrie Irving, until COVID, like yes, I mean, and that was all really COVID related as well. Like during the COVID time period, like he's never just missed games just to miss games. Like he missed games.
No, but he's been hurt.
Right, but I mean, anybody can get hurt.
But that's my point. How many years are you going to get hurt, and then you start talking bullshit, and you stay hurt? So if you don't get healthy, whether you start talking bullshit or not, you're still not healthy. You're gonna risk paying him $35-40 million a year, and he don't play for 3 years.
I think people will take the injury thing, and
shit.
Like I think. Now, if you can't expect him to show up just because he's feeling some type of way about something going on in the world, which I honestly don't think should always be like a bad thing about Kyrie.
It's not like 1 or 2 games. It's not like he's gonna be missing weeks because of it.
I don't care about that COVID shit. Yeah, Because we can't play in Canada. I don't think the Raptors go far anyway, so who the fuck cares? I don't care about none of that stuff. I
Well,
just care if he's
I
healthy.
wouldn't go
That's
that far
it.
because the Raptors are probably gonna be in the playoffs. So like at the end of the day, you want Kyrie Irving.
They ain't gonna play each other. I don't think
you don't
they'll play
know
each
that
other.
though. Like what if
We don't.
what if the
Or
Nets
it's a
are
1 and
the
8.
3 seed and the Raptors are 6? Like that's possible. Like that's very possible.
It is.
based
I'll
on the
take
way
my
the standings
chances.
are.
You're right.
But-
Look, you were right. I'll take my
Again,
chances.
but that's what I'm saying. Like maybe this year that's still a thing, but like Joe was saying with COVID. But next year,
Now, Kyrie's going to make everybody forget it because he just go ball out. It's just I hope Kyrie stays healthy. If he stays healthy, there's nothing you can say about him. Like Kyrie is, bro, that's a walking bucket. And Ben Simmons is another wild card that's really not a wild card because if he comes back, as long as he stays on the court and he's healthy, he's not gonna have to do nearly as much as he's gonna have to do with 76, and he gonna bring all that shit together. So I think, you know what I'm saying? I put it like this.
see?
In the first 20 games, if all the first 20 games that all three of them played together, hopefully it's sooner rather than later, we gonna see exactly what we need to see from them. And if it's gonna be 15, 20 games are all we need to see. And if they mesh the way people think they can mesh, they actually can win the championship. They actually have a shot. But they got 1 year to do it.
No, yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm close to where Joe's at with the Nets. I'm gonna say 8. I'm gonna go 8.
With that.
I'm gonna go 8. Well, see now I'm talking myself out of it.
No,
it's not because of how good they are. It's because of how good the East is. Like there's just a lot of minds in the way of them getting this. So I'm gonna go 7, just because of how good the East is. But I think the Nets are gonna be very good this year. I think this is the best team,
they got
put together team, most well put together team.
Yeah, they got shooters too.
Oh,
Damn.
they got a team. They only
remember
issue.
This happened like right before KD requested or during KD's trade request. They signed TJ Warren, who was a nice player with the Pacers.
I forgot about him.
You know,
I actually forgot about him. Yeah.
They've made some low key signings. They just signed
definitely forgot about him.
The Asian forward from the Raptors, wannabe.
Yeah.
Solid role player, stretch big.
That's gonna be a good pick.
Wannabe. He's cool.
Yeah, fine. Like the type of player they needed is fill in with their roster. Now I think they're gonna miss Bruce Brown. I'm a little worried about who's gonna be that kind of other defender besides Ben Simmons, assuming he's gonna be all good to go. But no, I think they're gonna be very good. I think they are going to be a threat. I got
a question for you about them.
All right.
I want to know your thoughts. Honestly, what do you think what's going to be the biggest problem with them? Like if they're not successful, what would be the biggest problem?
Coaching.
Yeah.
1,000%. I think it's gonna be coaching.
Steve Kerr.
It's gonna be
Steve.
Yeah. I'm worried about the offense.
What offense?
Like the actual offense. Like obviously their offensive players are fantastic. Like they have a bunch of players that can go make their. But yeah, how are you going to manufacture the shots for the Joe Harrises, the Seth Currys, the Patty Mills, TJ Warren? Like I don't. The Nets will get swept by the Bucks, the Celtics, and the Heat if they try and play iso ball in the playoffs.
That's the fact.
The same shit will happen that happened last year. Maybe not swept, but it'll be a short series, right?
Yeah,
like it's just not gonna work. You can't iso your way to a championship in today's NBA with the way that the teams are constructed. They're too good. There's too many good versatile defenders now. So that's my question mark. Can Steve Nash actually coach? Can he draw up plays that are not D'Antoni-esque, where it's just dribble, go make a play and kick to somebody who's open? That's not any kind of rhythm. That's my question.
Playing that Phoenix Sun offense when you got your best player who's used to that Golden State offense and he saw that work. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Though, like
Steve Nash was under Steve Kerr, though, right?
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, Steve Nash worked in Golden State before he took the
pick it
job.
up.
He was like some special assistant. Like he wasn't there in like any full-time capacity. But the thing that I think Steve Nash has to understand is that they don't have a Steve Nash, right? Like in Phoenix, when Nash was running D'Antoni's system, Nash kept everybody in rhythm. Nash manipulated offense to keep the offense moving. That's not Kyrie Irving. As good as Kyrie is, that is not how he plays. Kyrie Irving is about getting a bucket.
But that's when we gonna see Ben Simmons, and we gonna see what he
Ben
can.
Simmons
how
is
he
not
can
that kind of
influence
guy,
him.
though. Ben Simmons is not that guy.
That's his best shot.
Simmons can get you 10.
Ben Simmons is probably gonna play the
in transition.
4.
Ben Simmons is not a point guard manipulator. Okay,
Yeah.
you come here, you cut that way. That's not Ben Simmons.
That's his best shot, though.
I'm
But he's gonna
not
play
saying
the
he
4.
can't be, but so far we have not seen that from Ben Simmons.
He needs to be the 3-4, and KD needs to just 3-4-5.
Ben Simmons needs to play the 5. Defensively, he needs to be their 5.
Defensively.
And then bring the ball up and help and set screens for the other guys. That's Ben Simmons' role.
Hey, Ben Simmons come back cool, bro. That's gonna be everybody
dangerous.
They ain't gonna be laughing about that trade no more when he come back healthy and actually fit around players who can score and all he got to do is rebound and pass. That's gonna be not. All
right, let's go. Let's play a little start, sit, cut. We're gonna play start, sit, cut. Teams in the East that made moves this offseason.
Bro, that's so easy.
Some might be mid, some might be good, whatever you want to call it. But we're gonna go start, sit, cut with the movers in the East.
Can we all agree? Can we all agree to cut one team right away?
Yeah, I think so, but I just had to include, for entertainment's sake. But all right, start, sit, cut. Cavs, Hawks, Knicks. Joe, start us off.
You know what, man? Well, obviously, I'm cutting the Knicks. That's not even a discussion. I'm mad I even have to bring their asses up. They gone. They so fucking good,
go.
The only good thing about the Knicks is I get to see Stephen A. and Spike Lee suffer. Like, that's literally the only good thing about it.
Man, you hear me? I can't.
Hilarious.
I'm gonna save my Stephen A. comments for love and violence today,
but oh man, the start and sit is actually kind of hard for me because, man, I really like
context. You're putting these in how you think they're gonna finish.
I know.
Yeah.
And I like, man. I'm gonna have to start the Cavs and sit the Hawks. And I like Trae Young a lot. I just don't think he got enough pieces around him, and he just in the playoffs he too little. They just you can take him out of the game.
Kind of shocked John Collins is still a Hawk right now. Just to throw that in there real quick.
Yeah, I know, but
Shocked he's still there.
I am too, but I really don't like. I don't think him and Trae Young hasn't really melded and grew together as much as I thought they would. But they still pretty good. But
I feel like it's crowded because of Capella.
Exactly.
I feel like it's crowded because of Capella. Like
I agree with that. Yes.
They need like one or the other.
I'm gonna take the Cavs. I'm gonna take the Cavs.
All right.
Start.
Devion?
Sit the Hawks and cut the Knicks.
It shouldn't be as hard as it is because I don't know.
You just want to put faith in Trae Young, don't you?
I do, but the reality of it is, it's like I like. All right, so if I like Trae Young and Murray together, and I think they're gonna do well, but I probably will start the Cavs because I think Donovan Mitchell, even though I don't think the Cavs are like the greatest organization in the world, I think with what he has is gonna be way better like throughout the season than what them two is. But that's me thinking about it on paper. Shit. It's a little hard for me. I really think Trae and Murray go work with Capella because all he has to do is catch, get rebounds, and fucking dunk.
That's it.
But I don't know if that's gonna be enough. All right, I'll make my decision. I'm going to have faith in Trae. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna have faith in him and start him. I'm going to stick to Cavs, and I'm definitely cutting the Knicks. I'm just gonna be a fan of Trae Young and Murray, and I'm just gonna hope they get it. It's enough to go farther enough, but I'm not saying this with complete confidence. So.
Oh yeah, I think this is definitely a toss-up between those two. The Knicks are fucking good. They're done. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Cute little signing of Jalen Brunson. That was nice.
Big three. That's so.
The mid three is is there. Oh man, see, like I bought into the Knicks last year, and then they disappointed me. Like this was tricky because the the Hawks. I bought into the Hawks last year, and they disappointed me.
Me too.
Yeah, right.
And the Cavs finished ahead of the Hawks last year, but then the Hawks bounced them in the play-in to get to the playoffs. So like I'm like, fuck. Like Donovan Mitchell is definitely the better player between him and DeJounte Murray.
Not even close.
But the best player amongst the two teams is Trae Young. But like the Cavs probably have the next 2 or 3 best.
I'm gonna say the big men are kind of a
like
wash.
I love Mobley and Allen together. I love those two together, and I think they complement. I think they complement Mitchell really well. Like we saw Mitchell have the success with Rudy, who could protect the paint. Jared Allen can do that and not be a fucking liability out there.
I completely forgot about him.
Donovan Mitchell didn't pass the ball to Rudy Gobert that much though. It was like 1.2 passes a game.
He
like,
can't do what Jared, but he can't do what Jared Allen can do though. So I forgot about him.
First of all, did y'all see the clip floating around today from the FIBA shit? Rudy Gobert, someone like you saw. They said Rudy Gobert couldn't post up. This man had Dennis Schroeder on him. Back down, shimmy, fade away, did not touch rim. I'm like,
why he do all that for?
Everything I already knew about some fucking Rudy Gobert.
That sums him up as a player. That was the best move the Jazz did. Get rid of him.
Yeah, getting his dumb ass out there. Minnesota's gonna be so disappointed. All right, I convinced myself. I'm starting the Cavs. I'm with Joe on this one. I'm starting the Cavs. Sitting the Hawks. Next, get the fuck out of here.
I gotta go.
I think the team, like you were saying, Joe. I think the team fits together better in Cleveland. Even though Atlanta's got the best player of the two teams, I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Yeah. I forgot about Jared Allen Spider.
You know what game we haven't done in a minute though? Would you rather? And what better time to play Would You Rather than with Donovan Mitchell as he gets traded? So Donovan Mitchell, would you rather Donovan Mitchell or Tyler Hero? Joe?
And we're just doing the strict off players, right?
I'm taking Donovan Mitchell.
The player. Devion.
I'm taking
Mitchell.
Yeah, this is Mitchell. This is easy. This is so I can just cut this up and put this in my dumbass Heat chat group that is losing their fucking mind over Tyler Hero right now. Like, I just need to get this out there. All right. Donovan Mitchell or Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie dress Scott Irving, baby.
2-5. You know it. Kyrie, baby.
Yeah, this one was actually tougher for me than I thought it would be, but I'm still going to go Kyrie. But when I really thought, I was like, I could convince myself to go Mitchell, but I'm not. I'm going to go Kyrie. Donovan Mitchell, and I'm only doing this one because they've had some epic showdowns in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell or Jamal Murray?
Oh, my goodness. I'm taking Jamal Murray because I think he's better at making his teammates better.
Okay. Devion?
Mitchell. I don't like Murray at all as a player.
I know you don't.
I don't like it. I'm taking Mitchell, bro.
I'm going Mitchell because I've seen him be the best player on his team. I've never seen Jamal Murray be the best player on his team. While they were kind of more dueling because they were both the guards, I'm gonna go Mitchell, but I think there is a case though that Jamal Murray, if he had his own team where he didn't have just like a fucking dominant big man MVP like Jokic, could show even more than he's shown us. But I am gonna go Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell or Dame Dollar.
Oh, man, this is tough. This they damn near the same person to me, but I'm gonna take Dame just because I feel like he's more clutch in big games. I've seen Donovan Mitchell make 40-point games and lose, but I've seen Dame Lillard make game-winning shots.
Yeah, that's enough for me right there. You ain't lying. Lillard, I think Lillard better than him as a player.
I might surprise people with this one.
No, you won't.
I'm actually gonna take Mitchell. And I'm not gonna lie,
I'm
the last couple years are kind of what sold me. Donovan Mitchell. Here's my reasoning. Who would y'all take between these two? C.J. McCollum, Rudy Gobert.
C.J. McCollum. Yeah, I see what you're doing. I see. Yep.
And to see Dame and C.J. not make the playoffs the last time they were both healthy, that kind of like made me realize like those Trailblazer teams were actually a little better than I think I gave them credit in totality.
Whereas, you see what CJ did? You see what he did with the Pelicans? Like, you might get a point there.
And now, don't get me wrong. Like, while I agree CJ is better than Rudy, I do think Utah put together a team that really fit around Donovan Mitchell. Like, I'm not going to discredit like those players and the way that they play together. But he's 25. I expect him to keep getting better. And yeah, I mean, he's led that team to top seeds in the playoffs. Like that means a lot to me, and that's just more than Dame's ever really done. And I can't say confidently that Dame just had such a worse team than Donovan Mitchell. So that's why I'm going to roll with Donovan Mitchell. So last one, Donovan Mitchell or Drew Holiday?
Man, oh man.
I can make people mad now.
I'm taking Drew Holiday. 2 years ago, I may not have, but I'm taking Drew Holiday.
That's a fact. I'm taking Holiday. I saw what he did, and actor Will said what he said, and I really paid attention to him. Bro, that man, two-way player, bro. You put him on championship teams, and he produces. I'm taking Drew Holiday.
Wow.
My
influence on you is incredible. And even I am not taking Drew Holiday over Donovan Mitchell. I mean, like you guys know, I am like the biggest Drew Holiday fan out there. But let's be clear, there are levels to this shit. Drew Holiday cannot be a number one option on a team and take them to a top seed in any conference. Donovan Mitchell has. Like, to me, like if I asked you Dame or Drew Holiday, y'all would both say Dame in a fucking heartbeat. Like, I get it. Drew Holiday, like, for my team, knowing that I don't want either one of them to be the best player on my team, sure, give me Drew Holiday. But in terms of who's the better player, come on now. Donovan Mitchell is a better player than Drew Holiday.
Oh, no, they're a better player.
The question was, who would you rather? They didn't say who was better.
Rather. I don't give a fuck who the better player.
What the fuck do you think that means? Y'all are bullshit.
No, because I think you can win more games with the other people we chose. Like, I think Drew Holiday, if I'm putting a team together that can win.
Okay, fine.
I done seen Drew Holiday be the best player on the team, and they was ass. So
yeah, if I would rather, it's just strictly like who's better, Donovan Mitchell or shit. No.
I'll backtrack now. If we're gonna do
I'm saying
fine. For best player on my team, if they're gonna be the best player on my team with Donovan Mitchell, if they're gonna be the third best player on my team, give me Drew Holiday. That's my qualifier then, Devion. You're lame ass.
Look, that's the only way I can justify, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell way better than him.
Hey, I appreciate y'all appreciating Drew Holiday. I ain't gonna hold you. I appreciate anybody that appreciates Drew Holiday. But all right, fellas, I feel like that's a good wrap for the content part of this show. Good show today. We've missed this energy, Joe.
Oh man,
we missed it. It was good. Wasn't lagging and nothing.
I know. Good quality. Nice. Look at you coming up in the world.
It's because I'm on a desktop.
Nice. All right. Whatever gets the job done. Whatever gets the job done. Bro, y'all know how we end these shows. We choose love or we choose violence. Joe?
I'm gonna choose love today. I'm gonna choose love today.
I mean, it is your stepkid's birthday, so you should choose love.
It is their birthday. They turned 6 today. But that is not what I was gonna talk about. I was gonna talk about Luther Burden from the zoo. He got his own potato chips out there. You can get them at Schnucks. His dad out there selling his LB3 jerseys outside the stadium. Love to see black kid from St. Louis making the NIL money at Mizzou, even though they suck and they ain't gonna win 6 games this year.
I mean,
he
whatever.
Probably,
we
he
can talk about
probably
those details.
He probably end up in Alabama or Ohio State at the end of the day. But I want to give him some love because he is the only hope Mizzou has this year. They ain't got a lot of love. And I'm going to shout out Brady Cook, Chaminade graduate alumni who's starting tonight against Louisiana Tech. They were struggling in the first half, but we'll see what happens. I want to just give Mizzou love because I usually give them hate. So that was that little bit of love they're going to get from me all year. That's about it.
The last time. All right, Devion.
I'm going to love what you might hate, Will. I'm about to love Stephen A. Smith. Do you know how good that feels for somebody to express how I feel on TV about the Knicks? I'm so happy about that.
I thought you were about to take it a different direction.
No, I'm good with this one. I'm good with this one. Love that shit. Like, bro, talk back.
He'd be so hurt.
I like seeing the Knicks. I like seeing the Knicks fans come to reality. This is what they want us to be as Lakers fans.
Yes.
But at least we winning. Yes. I love it, bro. They get worse and worse every year. And I feed off that. I love it. I'm not going to lie. I'm so happy about it. I ain't talking about the other shit Stephen A. Smith said. I'm just going to talk about this shit. So, great job, my boy. Stephen, good job, my boy. That brings me joy. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to you, my boy.
All right, I'm choosing violence on Stephen A.
Back.
Look, we just had 4 years of bullshit with some celebrity that thought they could be fucking president of the United States. Stephen A. Smith, I do not need you thinking that anybody wants you to be some fucking president in the United States. God damn.
Of worst thing on Fall Pine Bomb show. Like, what the fuck? Like
of course. If the American people want me to be president, you know what? I have a 3 and a possible announcement.
Only Stephen A. Smith.
If the American people want me to be president, I'll run for president in 6 years when I'm eligible. All right, that's what like shut the fuck up. No.
That's funny.
we already tried this bullshit. Now he definitely has. I will give him this. He has locked up that he will not be the worst. Like that's pretty locked up at this point.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Like I think Stephen A. will be pretty goddamn bad, but like I don't want Stephen A. Smith like in control of like nuclear codes and shit. Like that terrifies me, but it doesn't terrify me more than fucking old Donnie having them. So
Russia.
Oh my God.
I'm moving out the country if it happens. Bye.
Lord. So
you know that means there was a legit conversation. Like he's had that conversation before.
No, he's actually listened to some dumbass probably that said, Stephen A., you should run for president. And he probably,
or at least they're probably like a senator or something.
You're right.
Hey boy, what do you think now? What do you think?
Charles Barkley want to be a governor too.
Boy, he better get his stupid looking ass off the world, boy.
Hey, if Tommy Tuberville can be a governor of Alabama, so can Charles Barkley.
If Jesse Ventura can be a freaking...
All right, Alabama, you got a factor. But fuck all that.
Herschel fucking Walker's trying to be in our government right now.
And he may win. Like it's close right now.
If Herschel Walker wins in Georgia, oh my God.
It was close.
We're not a political show. We're not a political show.
Yeah,
we ain't
gonna
do all this. But
Stephen A. Smith, lay off the weed,
man. You know he just had surgery, so he may be popping perks.
Yeah, he might be popping some pills. I hope so. God damn, does nobody need that?
Perky Smith.
Oh Lord, somebody has literally. All right. We're done. I'm not going to keep going down this rabbit hole, but that's why I'm choosing violence on no more celebrity presidents. We do not need that. Fuck that. Get some young people. Get some people closer to our age in there that actually care about people. Shit.
Boy.
I just want somebody that's smarter.
Impossible.
People smarter than them.
Perky Smith.